going on? Ryan O'Bryan, Jimmie Ford from Ford & O'Brien. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 on ESPN Evansville 105.3 and online, ESPN.youtube. Here to make our picks, some of our picks anyway, for week number 4 in the NFL. Of course, the Pigskin Pick'em Challenge is available on our website, ESPN.Evansville.com. A chance for you to win some great prizes each and every week for picking the most games correctly, and a shot at $10,000 if you correctly guess the halftime and final score of that big game there coming up in February. So let's take a look at some of the games of local interest here in the Evansville area, and we start, as we usually do, with the Colts hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. The Colts finally get a win over Tennessee. It wasn't pretty. After squandering the lead and letting Tennessee get back into it, the Colts are able to rally around Andrew Luck, as they have done for the last 3 years, and they get a win. Still a lot of questions. I don't feel very confident with this team still to this point in the season. Jacksonville has its struggles. It always has had its struggles. They've got some running down there with T.J. Yeldon, who's a rookie, but has shown that he's got some promise. Blake Bortles has got a year under his belt and is proving himself to probably be a pretty good quarterback in this league. When it's all said and done, Jacksonville will score, and they will probably score with a couple of running games or running touchdowns. Frank Gore looked good against Tennessee. I think if Indy can get the run game going a little bit and take a little bit of pressure off Andrew Luck, I like Indy to win this game and go 500 on the season.
I think Indianapolis wins the game as well. The bottom line on it is Andrew Luck's got to take care of the football a little bit, whether it's his fault or not. The offensive line, as in your words, is a dumpster fire.
Yep.
In Indy right now. But yeah, if Andrew Luck can take care of the football, they should have no problem at all with Jacksonville.
Well, let's move on to the Bears, who were just embarrassed by Seattle last weekend, which I think a lot of people expected. Jay Cutler wasn't there. You had Jimmy Clausen. The Bears punted on every single possession they had against Seattle.
Yep, 10
lost 23-0. They've got Oakland coming to town on Saturday. And the Oakland Raiders, look, they're a solid team right now. I know you're very high on Amari Cooper, maybe being the Rookie of the Year. Derek Carr's looked pretty good so far in his second season in the NFL. If Jay Cutler's not there, they've traded away Jared Allen now to the Panthers, so he's gone. They made another move with the Patriots a day or two later, earlier this week. The Bears are a mess. It's going to take a while for that to get fixed, for John Fox to do what he needs to do. I like Oakland to win that game.
Well, I think it's real plain and simple. If Oakland's defense can contain Matt Forte, the Raiders leave out with a win. If Forte runs all over them, then Chicago will get a victory. But with Jimmy Clausen in the pocket, I'm telling you, man, nothing against Clausen. I know he played ball at Notre Dame. He did a pretty good job at the University of Notre Dame. But they're in trouble with Jimmy Clausen, that's for sure. I take Oakland as well.
Yeah. Let's go to Cincinnati and Kansas City. Cincinnati, a 3-0 team, and playing very, very good football right now. Andy Dalton looks good. They have the big come-from-behind win against their division rival Baltimore last weekend. Kansas City coming off a loss to your Green Bay Packers, where they really kind of got knocked around the yard quite a bit before they got some garbage time touchdowns to try to close the gap. That score Monday night wasn't maybe nearly as close as it appeared to be. Look, Cincinnati, I like what they're doing. They got the running backs there, and Bernard and Hill. Andy Dalton is playing regular season Andy Dalton football, which is usually pretty good. Kansas City has the solid running game in Jamal Charles, but Alex Smith, again, he's not a deep ball kind of guy, and if they find themselves down, I don't think you can rely that heavily on Alex Smith to bring you back. I'm going to give Cincinnati 4-0 on the season.
I think I'll do the same, man, just because the game is in Cincinnati. If it were in Kansas City, Chiefs are a little bitter about their Monday night performance, but going to Cincinnati, as you said, Alex Smith is not a deep ball threat. A.J. Green, I don't know if Kansas City has anybody to slow him down, let alone stop him. You're not going to stop him. You give him his. But they do have a running game as well in Cincy. I agree. I think the Bengals go 4-0.
Well, let's see if we can continue to agree as we move on to Arizona and St. Louis. I'll make this one quick. Arizona may be the second best team in the NFC right now behind the Green Bay Packers. Carson Palmer looks great. He and Larry Fitzgerald are getting that chemistry back after Palmer missed a good chunk of last season with the ACL tear. Defensively, they're strong. St. Louis defensively is strong too, but much like Kansas City with Nick Foles, I'm not sure that offensively, if they find themselves down early, if they can claw their way back into it, I like Arizona to go 4-0 on the season.
That Arizona defense is lights out. It's Cardinals.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no other way to explain it. Just Arizona is lights out. You put the ball in the air, they're on it. They're a swarming defense, and offensively, you're right. Carson Palmer's healthy. He's doing his thing, and yeah, I can't go against the Cardinals.
Finally, we'll look at the matchup between Denver, Peyton Manning, and the Broncos. Will face off against the Minnesota Vikings, a Minnesota team that had their way with the San Diego Chargers last week, but this is a different Denver team than what you're used to seeing. This is a different Peyton Manning team than what you're used to seeing. Peyton obviously is maybe not necessarily, he's still a big focal point of that team in general, but has that ability now to lean on that defense. Adrian Peterson had a good game against San Diego, but San Diego's D is not Denver's D. And that is a very opportunistic defense they have over there in Denver. As long as Peyton Manning can get himself a touchdown or two, maybe three, and stay within that 275, 300-yard mark, I think Denver gets the win on that one.
Well, Minnesota plays in the NFC North, so they're not allowed to win. It's just, sorry. But the Vikings, I tell you what, Adrian Peterson did show last week. He's getting back into stride. He's one of the hardest working guys on and off the field in the sport. So nobody was shocked that he came back in shape, ready to go. But it did take a game or so, maybe just to get the feel again of game speed. But he's back. But I agree with you. I think the Denver defense is, I agree with you on everything, man.
It's rare that happens.
Yeah, the Denver defense, we'll argue later or something. Tune into the show. We always find something to fight about. But on today, we won't, because I'm taking Denver as well. I think that defense is really solid.
The other team of local interest, the Titans, have a bye week, so you won't see any Titans football on your TV.
Tennessee wins.
Tennessee wins. That's right. Tennessee will get a win in their bye week. So
yeah,
there's our picks for some of the teams here in the Evansville area of interest. Remember to make your picks in our weekly NFL Pick'em Challenge, the Pigskin Pick'em Challenge at ESPNevansville.com.
You had a good week. 13 and
3,
right?
13 and 3. I bounced back after my 8-8 week the week before. You were what, 12 and 4?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Which was a bounce back from 7 and 9.
7 and 9. Yeah, I had a sub 500 week last week or the week before.
Make sure you make your picks online, ESPNevansville.com, and tune into us. He's Jimmie Ford. I'm Ryan O'Brien. We're Ford and O'Brien weekday afternoons 3 to 6 on ESPN Evansville 105.3 and ESPNevansville.com.